This is Ready, Set, Question, a place dedicated to building faith one question at a time. So what is our question? Can we trust the authenticity of the Bible? Well, first we need to take a look at the definition of authentic. Webster defines it as something worthy of acceptance or belief as conforming to or based on fact. Well, truth is the body of real things, events, and facts, otherwise known as actuality. So, when questioning the authenticity of the Bible, what we're really asking is if the Bible is true or not. Are there good reasons to trust the authenticity of the Bible? What evidence shows the Bible to be true? Well, Jesus says in John 14:6, "I am the way and the truth and the life." So in essence, Jesus is saying that He is truth. Jesus equals truth, and truth equals Jesus. Now in John 1, verse 14, it says that the Word became flesh and made His dwelling among us. Jesus is the Word. So the Word is Jesus. The key to understanding the truth and authenticity of the Bible is, in fact, Jesus. So I've come up with these cartoon characters to help us remember the authenticity of the Bible. And like we said already that Jesus is the key, I've broken them down to represent each letter of the name Jesus. So let's jump into the first one. Jeremiah Jones, Jewish Archeology. This is the Jewish version of Indiana Jones. You can see the Star of David on his lapel. See, the thing about the Bible that is so amazing and also rings true towards its authenticity is that you can flip to any book and find names, dates, places, and they all check out when it comes to archaeology. So let's dive in and take a look at the father of our faith, Abraham. Now this is a famous painting. You can see Abraham is about ready to sacrifice Isaac on the altar, and there is an angel that's stopping him saying that there is a ram caught in the thicket. So, is there any evidence, archaeologically speaking, to show that Abraham actually existed? Well, believe it or not, there is a place called the Cave of the Patriarchs, and it's the burial site of Abraham and Sarah, Isaac and Rebekah, Jacob and Leah. See, in Genesis 23:19 and 20, it says that Abraham buried his wife Sarah in a cave in the field of Machpelah near Mamre, which is at Hebron in the land of Canaan. So the field and the cave in it were deeded to Abraham by the Hittites as a burial site. So where is the Cave of the Patriarchs? Well, let's go back to the verse, and it says it's in Hebron, in the land of Canaan. Thanks to Google Maps, we can find what location we are in. Well, we're in Hebron. What about Goliath? It's a large figure in the Bible, literally. 1 Samuel 17:4, a champion named Goliath, who was from Gath, came out of the Philistine camp. His height was 6 cubits and a span. Archaeologists have found a site in Gath, and they believe it is the town where Goliath is from. In fact, they found a shard of pottery that says Goliath right on it. Now, it looks kind of hand-scratched or done in a hurry, and I think it might just be Goliath saying, "Hey, this jar is my water jar. Don't use it. I'm going to scratch my name on it." And that's exactly how Goliath sounded, I'm assuming. So what about the guy who killed Goliath? We all know the story. King David was a shepherd boy, and he threw a stone with a slingshot and hit Goliath right between the eyes there and the forehead. He fell down and he cut his head off with Goliath's own sword. David is somebody that's very important. Did he actually exist? This is the Mesha stele. Now, stele is just a fancy way of saying stone tablet. Now, the cool thing about this is that it's a Moabite inscription that says the House of David. Here's another stone tablet that says House of David. This one's an Aramaic inscription, and it is called the Tel Dan stele. Now, if you would like more evidence that David actually existed, you can visit his grave. What about Pontius Pilate? He was a very central figure in Jesus' crucifixion. Here is what's called the Pilate stone. Pontius Pilate dedicated a temple to the Emperor Tiberius and wrote his name at the end of the dedication. Jewish archaeology verifies the names, the dates, and the places that we see in the Bible. Followers of Christ have confident hope that has been reasonably investigated that gets stronger when tested. and that spells Christ. We just covered Jeremiah Jones, the Jewish archaeologist, but we have 4 more letters. And so next week, we're going to dive into the E, and I hope you join me. Thank you for tuning in to this episode of Ready, Set, Question, where we are dedicated to building faith one question at a time. Now, hey, I've got a question for you. Which piece of archaeology stood out most to you during this episode? Also, if you'd like to learn more and dive into other topics, feel free to visit my website at readysetquestion.com. And thank you to bensound.com for the amazing music. Godspeed.